Okay, we're picking up, Chris, right where we left off. This is the board. These are all the sensors and so forth. We're going to come back here to the software, and this is sort of in test mode. So you could see here's the stepper motor, here are some of those solenoids, here are the lights fading on and off, and toggling of that rotary solenoid. And so if you're in the garage, just testing out something, you would come here, and hopefully you can see that. You just hit the play button, and it will start to execute on the hardware. So we're going to hit that, and we're going to come over here, and hopefully that light is flashing. Hopefully that's not ruining the exposure. You could see the motors going. You could see this light flashing. That guy's a little hard to see. The stepper motor only runs in the very beginning. So let me restart. I'm just going back to the software now. I hit the stop key. I'm going to go back, focus on the stepper motor, and hit play. So you can see the stepper motor going around, and then it reverses directions and so forth. The DC motor does the same thing. The light. And then this guy's just set to flash. That might be like the PWM for a nitrous solenoid. In terms of a load, this guy is pretty much exactly what a nitrous solenoid is going to represent. Okay, now the magic begins when we do the download. And I've already done the download. So I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to turn it off. Okay, and you see that the system turned off, and I'm just going to completely close the program down. So it's asking me if I want to save my changes, and I'm going to say no, because I don't know exactly what I've done. Now we're going to go File, Exit, and turn off the debugger tool. We don't need that. And we're going to come here, and we're going to actually physically disconnect the controller. So you could see now that there is no controller hooked up. It's not hooked up to the PC, and it's loaded. We're going to shut it off and do a reset. Okay. And we got to reset the power supply. Sorry about that. Okay, and you see we're ready to go, and so we're going to go to this switch, and now it's going to go through and run the exact same sequence that we were running on the PC, because it's been downloaded and now it knows, what it wants to do. And so it's going to run that for the 30 seconds. And it should stop. That might be a bug in the software that it doesn't stop. Oh, there it goes. All right, I got that bug fixed. And so now you're done with the race, presumably. And you go out for the next race. We'll just go out here and we'll click this little switch again. Boom, and it goes through the same thing again. Okay. And there's the motor and the flashing lights and whatnot. And of course, it's going to be stuff on the race car that's moving. So I hope that gives you a pretty good idea of what to do, of what it does, and the software, and it's ready to go. The next step is probably to come up to Sacramento and show it to you, and then let you play with it. And play with the software. I'm sure you'll have some feedback. That's only my first version of the software. I'm hoping to make something a little bit nicer looking and more intuitive. But it's definitely good enough to get the job done with most of your customers. It's maybe not as sexy as we had hoped. So I'll hit the button again for prosperity, and we'll just sign off once it's doing its thing. Okay, thanks.